This is Populations and Resources, Lesson 3.4, Activity 2, Part 2. You should have just completed page 1 by downloading these evidence cards into Notability and annotating on them, and then ranking them for which ones have the best evidence. So if you haven't done that, make sure you do that before watching this. So we're going to talk about it now. So what you should have seen is that evidence cards F and G are the best pieces of evidence. So these both collected data or samples at 10 different locations that are spread throughout Glacier Sea. So there's 10 collection sites and they are spread out. So that would make evidence card E the algae. So I don't know if I pointed this out before, but F is walleye pollock data, G is orca data, and E is algae data. So that was our three claims that we were looking at. So these are the best pieces of evidence, and then this one is a little bit weaker. It still collected 10 data. It still had 10 collection sites, but it was not spread out as much as these other ones. So does that mean now we got to consider, like, should we be throwing any of these pieces of evidence out? I think that even though that this is not spread out, it still covers 10 locations, and it still goes across the sea. So if we go back to our other pieces of evidence, some of these were only 3 or 1 or were all on the shore. So comparing them to these cards, this doesn't look so bad considering it has 10. So I still would say that we should not be throwing it out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to look at these claims. So what could have caused the size of the moon jelly population to increase is either the size of the algae changed, the walleye pollock changed, or the orca population changed. And so these evidence cards are showing you algae, walleye pollock, and orca. And so you got to read what happened here, like what happened to the data. I don't know why that's doing that. Oh my gosh. What did I just do? Anyways, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to go to your evidence cards and you're going to decide if they support or refute claim 1 or 2. So this claim 1 says the size of the algae population changed. So go to your algae card here and write whether this data supports or goes against claim 1. So you'll write that on here. And then for claim 2 is walleye pollock. So you'll go to evidence card F and you'll write on here whether this data supports that the population of walleye pollock changed or it refutes it, goes against it. And then you'll do the same for claim 3, which is the orca. So all you're doing for this activity is just writing on each card whether it goes for or against each of the claims. So again, for or against claim 1 here, for or against claim 2 here, for or against claim 3 here. And then after you're done with that, you'll watch the third video. Don't turn it in yet because you might end up making some changes after we talk about it. So go to your Notability and write on each one whether they support the appropriate claims.